Sup, everybody? It's D's where I got a reaction. Alright, now before we start, I just pulled one of my big tooth right now because long time ago I got hit with a brick in my teeth over 11 years. See my big tooth right here? Ugly. I know it took a long time. It was like cracked for years, and finally it's about to pull off, so I had to pull it. And yeah, but anyways. I want to watch this reaction, so let's all go. You want to go straight into it? And this is talking about so Andrew Strolling against my tooth, and Charlemagne. All right, let's go into it. Man, I feel like talking like this all the time.
But Negro wasn't a slur.
Can I just ask a question about the African American? Like, do we really need to put, like, I think we know where you guys are from.
By the way, some people don't like the term African American.
No, I'm being serious.
Stupid. I mean, we're all technically African American.
They're trying to be, like, respectful, right? Mm-hmm. They're trying to be like, okay, how can we have another term that's not Negro? It's like, oh, what about African American? It's just like, yeah, like, there's one continent where black people are from.
Well, all people
in the world.
Let's be for real, all people.
Yes, all people. I'm saying, of course. But it almost makes more sense to be like European American or Australian American or whatever American. It makes more sense to point out where white people are from because there are white people from all these different areas.
Maybe not though.
We know where black people are from.
Not necessarily. It's the Caribbean too.
You got
Caribbean's heavy too.
He ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
so not necessarily because if that was the case, technically all of us would be African Americans. Right? Because all
that's
of
not
us.
The point I'm making. The point I'm making is they're trying to be polite.
I mean, one thing they always been saying all the time, watch movies and everything, and they say everything's from Africa. I guess because everything used to be together. But is that true? That makes everybody Africa or African. And it's a continent. It's not like a country. Like there's multiple countries right there. But let's keep going.
By doing the most obvious thing.
I don't know if that's obvious though.
That black people are from Africa?
Not all black people.
Those black people from the Caribbean, where were they from?
They came from Africa, but that's the case. Everybody's from Africa then.
See, that's what.
So I don't know if that.
What's going on?
And you have Americans
Everybody
here.
at home. What's going on right now?
No, listen.
What the fuck is happening?
If you shut the fuck up and listen, you have Americans here who don't like to be called African Americans. They like to be called foundational Black Americans because some people feel like they were here.
If that
they feel like they were here before the slave ships brought black people from Africa.
Oh wow!
Especially if you go to like down south, people in South Carolina, people in Virginia, like they feel like they were here, just like Native Americans. They feel like, and some people feel like Native Americans were black people too.
Yes.
You are tripping.
All of them.
Some natives.
Like I'm gonna say this right. Like I am mixed because I have a grandpa. I never got to meet him because he passed away before I was even born, or it's when my father was a little kid. But I heard that he's like half Native American, half Mexican. But at the same time, like what, man? Like I've seen his picture and stuff. He is dark and everything. But I have another cousin. His dad, he's Native American. Like and all that kind of stuff right there. What is your point all the time? How come everybody wants everything to be black? All the time now, and it's like, oh no, this is black, oh yeah, like no, man. I have my cousin, his dad is right there living into a Native American inside their resort right now inside of it, and people don't talk it like that. Oh, you black? They're gonna look like what? So stop it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think I think it's a little bit more nuanced than just saying all black people are from Africa.
No, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's this label that is brought up. Before we felt comfortable just going black and white, right?
The caste system, yes.
Well, sure, whatever. Now we just go black. And black is all encompassing, and it's just like, okay, whether you're from the Caribbean, you're from Africa, it doesn't matter. Black, that makes sense.
Well, Caribbeans hate that.
Caribbeans hate being called black people?
Yeah, Caribbeans want to be called what they are.
And he ain't wrong with that though. If you go like a person right there in Jamaica or right there, they're like, man, we ain't black. So yeah.
They want to be called Jamaican. They want to be called Haitian.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. That's what country. That's your nationality. That's not your race.
That's how they feel, though. They don't want to be referred to as black.
Mixed.
So they don't want
really
to.
mixed.
They don't want to have a race.
No, they'll get upset about that.
Well, they
I
should
heard
be
about what
called
you're saying,
Jamaican
though.
because they're from Jamaica.
Yeah.
That's a nationality. We're conflating two things. There's nationality and race.
Yeah, so
They're mixed.
Black Americans here, we don't have country, so that's why they have to just the engulfing term of African
Yeah, I
American.
know. I'm aware of this. I'm
Yeah.
trying to explain it to you guys.
No, but why'd you say it's a dumb thing?
It's obvious.
It's not, though. You just explained
It is obvious, but
No,
I mean,
no.
what other term would they?
No.
call
I
it?
guess. Okay,
Yeah.
let me back up. Everybody, just take a fucking.
Oh,
deep
you mean
breath.
Let's go.
you mean it's obvious why they refer to people as that?
No.
Why?
You don't need to say that a black person has roots in Africa because there's one place in the world where black people come from, Africa. So I don't think you need to go African American. You're like, it's already self-explanatory. We can see, we know.
Yeah,
White
but-
people, wait for it. White people happen to be from a bunch of other places in the world. What I'm saying is it almost makes more sense to have the descriptive word before white people. So if you had black African American, you could have European American for white people, or Australian American for white people, or fucking Argentine American for white people, or South
real.
American American, whatever the fuck you want to say.
Japan.
I guess what I'm saying is because it's not as
like that.
self-explanatory for us.
What's interesting is that some people would say what you just did is a form of white supremacy, and I'll tell you why.
No, it's because you haven't paid attention for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was debating something like that before, talking about because I am mixed. I am a quarter Filipino, and somebody saying like, oh yeah, Philippines, blah blah blah, from the Philippines. To me, I was like, well, you do know Tebow? He used to play football and everything. He was born in the Philippines. So what? And he's white. So what is he? Is he Filipino or what? He was born there. I think he was like in a base or something right there, military or something right there. But come on, man. Like people stop thinking about it all the time, man. Just
And it's driving me crazy. I'm making the argument.
Yes, but
no,
listen.
no, you're not listening,
Okay.
and it's starting to fucking drive me
Okay.
crazy. I'm making
Watch
the
this.
argument.
That all black people are from Africa.
No,
You just said that.
the oppressive term.
Yes.
Okay. African American is in some ways oppressive because it acts as if the black people that are in America, right, aren't just Americans. They're from Africa, Asian Americans, African Americans. Why is it the white people just get to be American and then all these other people are Mexican American, Asian American, whatever? Okay? What I'm saying is
They do say white Americans.
oh
though.
my God, you're not listening again.
They
So
do,
that's fine.
though.
Nobody says white American. The reason
No,
why
you
it's
really- you
oppressive
don't.
is because white people just get to be American and everybody else gets to be this word American.
You know he just changed the argument.
He
No,
did.
I haven't
No,
got
no,
you
you-
fucking
no,
paid
you-
attention.
you didn't
My
explain-
whole-
changed the
my
You
argument.
didn't
whole-
explain it that
No,
good
you
the first
did
time. I'm
not.
telling
My
you.
whole
You just
point.
changed the argument.
My whole point that I'm trying to say is
And I'm gonna tell you why it was so slick. I'm gonna tell you why it was so slick. He changed the argument to say, yeah. Now you're like, yeah, that's right. Well, how come we don't get to just be Americans? That's not what you were saying.
no, you
before.
looking at my haircut and you're assuming racism, which is your prejudice because you're a fucking racist.
No.
You're a racist. What I was trying to say from the beginning is the other ones are so obvious. When you look at, you don't have to say Asian American. I'm looking at you, buddy. I fucking know.
But-
I fucking know.
But
so
isn't-
what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say
But
is,
didn't you just
let me get it out.
But don't
What
you
I'm-
negate the existence of Jewish people, Scottish people, any white person that's from any person of pale
I'm
skin
not
that's
done.
from another country?
I'm not done. You're not letting me finish. If you let me finish.
I just gave him another point
No.
to finesse. Watch.
Okay,
bro.
ready? The woke argument I was trying to make, but you guys assume it's racist because of my haircut. The woke argument I was trying to make is that nobody else needs that label. What is it called? A noun or something before American. What is it?
Adjective.
Adjective?
Yeah.
It is? No one else needs the qualifier, right? No one else needs a qualifier because Asians are from Asia. We get it. We know you're from Asia.
But
Black
they do
people,
say Asian Americans.
I'm just going to keep talking.
But
Black
no,
people
Chris,
are from Africa.
They say Asian Americans. It's on the census.
and that's what I'm saying is wrong. Just try to, the way you think about what I'm saying, if
Okay.
you just think the opposite, anytime I say anything to you, think the opposite, that's what I really mean.
Okay.
Okay, so
the opposite of everything. Yeah.
Asian
What
American,
do
we
you-
know you're from Asia, we don't need it. African American, we know you're from Africa or your roots come from Africa, we don't need it. White people just get to be American. when that's the most confusing because white people are from several fucking continents. You could be a white person from Argentina. You could be a white person from Australia. You could be a white person from Syria. You could be a white person from Afghanistan. You could be a white person from all these fucking places. So what I would say is if there's one fucking race that happens to be all around the world that you should add the descriptor before you do an American or the qualifier, it's white people, not the others, because the other's more obvious.
Let me tell you what a flaw.
I'm woke.
Yes, but let me tell you what a flaw in your argument
is. And you're not letting me be woke. I'm going back to racism.
The flaw in your argument.
Woke too hard.
Listen, the flaw in your argument, and that's why I said earlier, what you said could be considered a form of white supremacy, is you're making it seem like there's black people nowhere else in the world but Africa. So you think that in the history of the world, in the whole existence of the world, there was only black people on this one continent. They didn't exist nowhere else on the planet.
They did in smaller numbers.
I don't know if they were small or large. I'm just saying, like, they had to exist other places. And that's the argument that other people have. Like, they say, okay, people came to America, but they were indigenous people, black people already here.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
But see, this is all about what you believe. But some people would say that's a form of white supremacy.
Yeah.
That's all. You get it?
I mean, you could say anything's a form of math is white supremacy. I don't agree with it.
Saying.
I think it's fucking Asian supremacy.
I'm just saying that, I just think common sense would say there had to be.
I know, you hear about that? They do saying that. I heard about that last couple of years ago. Like, math is racist. 1 + 1 is what? Oh, that's racist. 1 + 1 is what? Kool-Aid. Whoa, yeah, you're right. Oh, man, that's retarded. This is 1 + 1 is 2. That's it. It's like, it's how the hell is it racist?
Black people all throughout the world. Just like there had to be white people all throughout the world.
I'll be honest with you. I think the best argument for there being black people throughout the world is like the black people that built all the pyramids in Egypt and Sudan. If there was, I assume that they were like a higher form of intelligence and a higher form of technology. And if you were able to do that, you can definitely build a boat and like sail around the world. So I could see them exploring the world 100%.
Listen, I think that we know, just basic logic tells us there had to be humans of both hues from the beginning of time. And they probably were all over the place.
Not from the beginning of time, no.
It has to be. It's like it'd be silly to think otherwise. Like,
no, I think we started out as black. And then I think that the ones that went further north, they needed to absorb the sun better, and they lost the melanin that protected them from the sun. And they also needed
Eskimos.
What was it? I think people with blue eyes are very sensitive to sunlight. Well, when there is no sunlight, you need, I guess, as much of it as you possibly can. So I just think that they lost the pigment. I think we all started out as black 100%. I'm black.
Listen,
I'm black.
I've heard that theory a million times. I don't know.
So you think they're just white people and black people both living in Africa, white people just getting sunburnt to a fucking crisp every single day, black people living and thriving, and then the white people just go, maybe we should go up north.
Man, he has a good point,
we had a guy on this morning. It's a new artist. His name is Stefan Benz. Stefan's 6'2", blue eyes, blonde hair. You know what I'm saying? You see him, you probably think he was from fucking
Finland.
Ohio.
Yeah.
South African. Speaks the native tongue of whatever. I forgot the exact languages. I don't say native tongue because there's a bunch of them. But speaks the language.
You know that Great Britain colonized South Africa, and they brought white people down there.
So you think white people?
Oh yeah, the Dutch too.
So you think that's the only time white people were ever in Africa? You think it didn't happen until then?
No, I think it happened. I think it happened. The Romans got down there 100%. The Greeks got down there. I think white people went down there a bunch.
Okay, but he's still South African. Is what my point.
Yeah, but his roots are from what is the?
He's only 16. All he knows is South Africa. Is my point. That's what he speaks. You know what I'm saying?
I love you.
It's the truth, though. Like, I just think it's ridiculous to think that there was only one race on all these other continents and only blac people in Africa.
So you think he's like a fucking albino buffalo or something like that? Like he's the only white
all I'm simply saying is I feel like black and white have existed.
Nah. Hey man, that was a good reaction. Oh yeah, hey man, shout out for that one. I think that he cooked him with that, man, to Andrew, and I agree with him. You know, when you think about that, you know, when it was one continent, when it was just right there from Africa, it doesn't make sense right there until it probably for that long time ago until move to that place and that place and that place. And yeah, everybody probably got more light skin and stuff from like, for thousands and thousands of years and everything. So it makes a lot of sense. But I don't know, man. I mean, we don't 100% we just from science and everything. We'll say this and this and that, this and that. Hey man, we're here though. We gotta think about us right now. Stop thinking about some stuff. When if you think the one thing to me when I have with Charlemagne, he always think about the race break all the time. He's so sensitive and he wants reparations and all that kind of stuff. And just like, bro, you was never a slave in your whole life. That's one thing to me. Like just like that. Oh, he wants I'm depressed, or people are depressed. Why? Everybody else has problems, man. Like my grandma, and to my father's side, my grandma, she's full white and she wasn't right. She wasn't like rich or anything, man. She's from the hood and all that stuff. She's from not that far from St. Louis, and she moved to California and all that. And I've been born and raised California. And everybody else in my family and everything, my mom, everybody in my family is Mexican, Filipino. And yeah, so we're talking about the racist this, racist that. Just stop thinking about races all the time. Just raise your kids, live your life and all that. But exactly what he's saying right there, from white really can't say anything. You just have to be white. You can't be this and this and this. Like, I was having a conversation with one of the homie right now. That's a Mexican homie. It's my homie, though. He's older than me and everything. And one time I was, because he's full Mexican, and I don't know, he kind of like, he's not mad or anything, but one time I was just like, because I'm Mexican, Filipino, and white, mixed with Native American too. I'm just really mixed, man. So I was talking to homie, and I'm just telling him like, yeah, man, like I am mixed with that, and I am white too. He's like, nah, just don't say that you're white. Don't tell people you're white. Like, why? My grandma is full white. My grandma was cool. I mean, she passed away a long time ago. I was around 18 or 19. But the thing is, like, why am I going to just, like, take that out from my history for me? Just be like, nah, it's not there. Nah, man, it's there. And, other white, if you think about them too, things like, yes, white people rule other white people too into the history. So, and there's different kind of white people, there's Irish white people, there's German white people, Germany white people, there's, keep going about that kind of stuff. And my grandma was like German. She mixed with German, I think, Scottish and stuff. But I wasn't raised really with that side, but that much though. But I do know, but I wasn't raised the whole time my life with her and all that, my grandma at that time. But yeah, just stop thinking about it. I mean, yes, if you came from there, it's good, but I agree with everything he said for that. You can do this, you can do this and this for other races, but not for whites. You're just white, especially to America. And it's like, why? Let me be what I want to be. It's like, oh, you can do anything you want to do, but you just can't be. You're just white. You can't be what kind of white you are. Like, come on, man. Dude, I'm like, to me, when I move right there to the north, and when I live where I live in my town, I move in different places, and I just kick it with some white people. I didn't see many white people when I was on the other side, in the west side. When I went to the north, and I started hanging out with other kids, and they're actually hecka cool, man. Like the moms and dads, they're two parents and everything, like middle class people who work hard, and they always show love all the time, especially with the kids, and they show love to friends and all that. And that's why, to me, when I hang out with other people, some of my older homies or homies of mine, they didn't really kick with white people like that, especially middle class, and they just say something. But to me, I kind of seen it like it's jealous thing because they didn't see that. It's like, man, but like, dude, like, it kind of look good to me when you have your mom and your dad together your whole life. Like, I didn't have that growing up, so that's a really good thing when I see that to my friend. A couple of my friends like that when I'm started going like in middle school, when I'm around 11, 12 and all that, seeing that, like, oh man, that's pretty dope. Yeah, so hey, shout out with all that right there. But I agree, and tell me what you think. Hit me in the comments now, right? Like, subscribe, show the love. All right, peace. Hey, peace.